Welcome to Pemberley Farm. Well, today we're talking about another way to preserve food. We're not canning per se, although we're using canning jars. And what we're doing is we are putting into smaller containers this chicken bouillon, okay? A lot of times you buy something like this and it may not be in this big a container and it goes bad before you can use it all. And I don't use this a lot because I can my own chicken broth, and I also sometimes buy the 32-ounce boxes, you know, a case of them from Sam's. But every once in a while I want to add a little bit more flavor to something, and so I use just a little bit of the powdered chicken broth. Well, a lot of times I find that I don't use it up fast enough and it kind of gets sticky and yucky, and then I end up throwing it away. And so today what I did, I got this at Sam's, this giant economy size of the Knorr chicken broth. And so what I'm doing is I'm just taking some of the powder out of the big container, because it will take me a very long time to use this container, because like I said, I have my own broth that I make from our chickens, and so I don't want to put a huge amount in each container. But we're going to vacuum seal. I've done one and I vacuum sealed it, and I added the ring even though it is vacuum sealed. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use this handy little gadget. Now, for years I've used the food saver attachments and had a lot of trouble with, especially the one that does regular mouth lids. But this one, everybody's raving over it. It seems to do a wonderful job, so I got one to try and to share with y'all and to show you what I think about it. So I figured this would be a good way to do it. This is all there is. Now, all you have to do is you plug it in to charge it up. And so now let's go ahead and finish this one though. I've got here, you could use something different, but we have an ample supply of this. Because this is powder and I don't want it to kind of be sucked up in the vacuum sealer, what I've done is I have put these little leftover from something else cupcake papers, and I'm going to put them right here, and then you just put it on. Now these are used lids, okay? Remember, you do what you want, your kitchen, your rules, but I do not recommend reusing lids when you're canning, when you are actually pressure canning or water bath canning. So, but you can reuse them for something like this. And so I've put it on. I think I got it down good. I'm going to turn it on. You can hear the sound changing. Now the sound hadn't changed again for a little bit, so I'd say it's done. I'm going to turn it off. And I'll tell you that up here, the light will show you the how much power you have left. Right now, this one's at 82%. Also, it was counting off the seconds while it was on. Now, it's a good fit. There. And it's sealed. Now, because I'm going to store these, I'm not going to use them anytime soon, I'm going to put the ring on it in case something happens, some weird thing happens and the seal fails. They're still secure. So that's what we're doing today. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to finish filling these up, and I'm going to do one that's got a good bit in it, and then I'm going to do one to take home that I'm not going to vacuum seal. It's just a used jar. Remember I told you a while back, save your glass jars. There's all kinds of things that you can use them for, and so I'm going to take some of this home with me in this little glass jar. Okay, got them all done, and I did decide to do a big one because around the holidays, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that, you never know what you might need a little extra. So I went ahead and did a little bit bigger one. If I see that that there's a lot left come that time, then I'll just put them in a smaller jar and redo it. Because that's the beauty of this. You can open these up unseal them, reseal them. And so that is a great thing. Like I said, I have used, I'm not saying anything bad about Food Saver. If you've got a Food Saver, I've got a Food Saver. And you know, but this is so much easier. You don't have to be attached to the wall. You know, it's just so much easier, and I do love it. So this is the first time I've used it, so you are witnessing how I feel about it firsthand. So I'm thrilled with it. So you see what we got from this jar. This will last a very long time. It will go and it'll be stored in an area where it's cool and dark, and it'll last a long time. I will put what it is on top. You see, this is a jar that was used. It was pears of in September of 2020. So I'll mark through that, or put a piece of tape or something over it, mark what it is and the date that it was put in there. And so it's an excellent thing. I'm going to put a link in the bottom underneath here. I say description, who knows? Yes, the description. I'm going to put a link in the description for this. It is an affiliate link, and we will get a small return on it, but it costs you no more to do it. So if you don't mind, please go through the affiliate link. And if you're there and shopping for other things, it also counts and helps us out if you buy other things that we didn't even link. So when you do that. But I do recommend it. I like it. It's so much easier, so much simpler. I don't have stuff all over the counter spread out, and cords attached to the wall and all of that. Now also it does wide mouth. That's your wide mouth. So there you go. That is very simple. Whoops. Well, I'll have to look at that. I don't have my glasses on my face. But anyway, it does wide mouth or regular mouth, and I highly recommend it. Now, if you are dehydrating things, this is already dry, but if you're dehydrating things and you want to store them, say in a half-gallon jar, a mason jar, it's excellent for that, to vacuum seal those. It is just, I think I can see a lot of uses for it, and I'm pleased with it. So thank you for coming along on this little video to try out a new toy, so to speak, one that we will be using quite a lot, because we've got, now this is August 2nd of 2023. So depending on when you watch this, we've got a dehydrating class coming up, and we've got a all about food storage class coming up. And so because September's preparedness month, so we're going to talk about that too, and we'll be using these kinds of things. And if you're local and it's before that date, it's anywhere near around that, just contact us and let us know. We'll tell you about the class. So anyway, and for any of you that is local, we do a lot of homestead how-to classes all year. And so just check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and coming soon to Pinterest. Maybe already there depending on when you're watching this. We are Pemberley Farm Homestead, so check us out. And seems like there's something else I wanted to tell you, but I'm old and I guess I forgot. But anyway, you have a blessed day from Pemberley Farm. The thing I did forget to tell you is when you take the vacuum sealer off, it makes a little pop. The lid makes a little bitty pop. You can hear it. And so you know it's sealed before you ever even get the vacuum sealer completely off. So I just wanted to let you know that it makes a little ping. And if you're a canner, you know that the ping is the main thing. You want to hear it pop to know that your jar has sealed even when you're canning. And this does the same thing.